Ghosts in folklore are thought to be the spirits of dead people or animals that can show up to the living. The way ghosts look can vary a lot. Some are invisible, while others might look like misty forms or even like real people. People have tried to reach out to these spirits, a practice known as necromancy or holding a seance. Ghosts are called by many names, such as apparitions, phantoms, and poltergeists. The idea that spirits of the dead exist and can appear to the living is a belief that's found all around the world. This belief goes way back to ancient cultures that worshipped ancestors. Certain ceremonies, like funerals and exorcisms, are meant to help these spirits rest peacefully. Despite being often described as lone, human-like beings, there are also stories of ghostly armies or animal spirits. A study once found that 18% of Americans claim they've seen a ghost. Science, however, strongly disagrees with the existence of ghosts, calling such beliefs impossible to prove and labeling ghost hunting as pseudoscience. Despite thorough investigations, no scientific proof supports that spirits haunt specific locations. Interestingly, certain plants known for their use in ancient rituals to contact the dead have been linked to causing hallucinations that could explain some ghost sightings. Moreover, some diseases and medications can cause hallucinations of ghosts, as can carbon monoxide poisoning. In the study of folklore, ghosts are categorized under a specific motif, indicating their commonality across various cultures. Terminology. The word ghost comes from the Old English word ghast and has relatives in several Germanic languages. It's thought to originate from a Proto-Germanic word that meant something like fury or anger. The Germanic word was used to denote the spirit or soul, both of living people and the deceased. In some uses, it also meant breath, implying the vital force of a person. Over time, the meaning evolved to specifically refer to the soul of a deceased person appearing in a visible form. Other related terms include spook, specter, and wraith, each with its own origins and nuances. In essence, the concept of ghosts encompasses a wide range of phenomena and beliefs about the spirit world, deeply rooted in human culture and history, but viewed with skepticism by the scientific community. Ghosts and afterlife. The belief in ghosts intertwines with the concept of an afterlife, a place where spirits reside after death. This belief is ancient, crossing cultural and historical boundaries. Some think that a spirit remains on Earth until it's forgotten by the living, while others distinguish between benevolent spirits and malevolent, restless ghosts. Ancestor worship, a practice aimed at appeasing the spirits of the dead, sometimes involves rituals to prevent vengeful spirits from returning to haunt the living. Fear of ghosts. The fear of ghosts is almost as old as the belief in them. Across cultures, a ghost represents an unnatural state, causing dread and terror among the living. This fear is not just rooted in folklore, but is a significant element of modern ghost stories and horror fiction, tapping into the primal human fear of the unknown and the unseen. Common ghostly attributes. A common portrayal of ghosts suggests they are made of a misty, airy substance, linking back to ancient beliefs that ghosts are the essence of a person, visible as breath in cold air. This physical yet ethereal nature of ghosts contributes to the chilling fascination they hold, embodying a paradox of presence and absence. White Lady ghosts and other legends. The legend of the White Lady, a type of ghost reportedly seen in rural areas worldwide, is particularly haunting. These spirits are often tied to tragic events and are believed to be harbingers of death, similar to banshees. The myth of the White Lady, alongside other spectral phenomena like ghost ships and haunted locales, embodies the human fascination with tragedy and the supernatural. Haunted locations. Places believed to be haunted are often associated with tragic or violent histories. These locations, from ancient buildings to modern homes, are said to be inhabited by the spirits of those who once lived there or experienced significant trauma. This belief suggests that emotional or psychic impressions can linger, creating a bridge between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. Scientific skepticism. Despite centuries of ghost stories and alleged sightings, science remains skeptical about the existence of ghosts. Scientific inquiry has yet to find conclusive evidence of ghostly phenomena, attributing many supposed encounters to natural or psychological explanations. However, the intersection of environmental factors, human perception, and the mystery of consciousness continues to leave a door open to the unknown, where the shadows of the past might still cross into our world. Ancient and cultural views on ghosts. Throughout history, different cultures have been fascinated by the concept of ghosts, giving rise to a rich cosmology of beliefs and stories. Ancient Near East and Egypt. In ancient civilizations like those of Mesopotamia and Egypt, ghosts were seen as the spirits of the dead, continuing to exist in an underworld or parallel realm. These cultures believed that the dead required attention and offerings from the living to ensure their peace in the afterlife. The Mesopotamian and Egyptian texts are filled with references to these spirits, blending respect, fear, and a sense of duty towards the deceased. Classical antiquity. The Greeks and Romans also held beliefs in spirits of the dead. Ghosts in these cultures could be benign or malevolent, often tied to specific locations or objects. The concept of revenants, those who return from the dead, was common, and rituals were performed to appease or banish these spirits. European Renaissance to Romanticism. The fascination with ghosts continued into the Renaissance, with ghosts appearing in literature as messengers or omens. This period refined the ghost narrative, intertwining it with themes of morality, retribution, and the afterlife's mysteries. Modern perspectives on ghosts. In modern times, the perspective on ghosts has evolved, yet the fascination remains strong. Spiritualism and Spiritism. The 19th and early 20th centuries saw the rise of spiritualism and Spiritism, movements that claim to communicate with the spirits of the dead. These practices reflect a continued desire to bridge the gap between the living and the dead, offering both comfort and a sense of continuity beyond death. Scientific skepticism. The scientific community remains skeptical about ghosts, attributing sightings and experiences to psychological phenomena, environmental factors, or outright fraud. Studies have suggested that certain environmental conditions like infrasound and electromagnetic fields can create sensations or perceptions that some interpret as supernatural. Sleep paralysis and neurological theories. Some researchers suggest that experiences of ghost sightings can be linked to sleep paralysis, where the brain is caught between states of sleep and wakefulness, creating vivid hallucinations. Neurological theories propose that changes in brain function or environmental stimuli can trigger the perception of ghosts, highlighting the complex interplay between our brains, bodies, and the environment. Religious and cultural beliefs. Different religions offer various interpretations of ghosts, often reflecting broader beliefs about the soul, the afterlife, and the moral implications of one's life actions. Judaism features a nuanced view of spirits and the afterlife, with stories of the dead returning for specific purposes. Christianity varies widely in its views on ghosts, with some denominations accepting the possibility of spirits returning with God's permission, while others strictly oppose any such notions. Islam acknowledges the existence of spirits, but emphasizes that interactions with the supernatural should be approached with caution, as they can lead to deception or harm, especially from other entities. Indian religions encompass a wide range of beliefs about spirits and the afterlife, with ghosts often seen as souls caught between worlds due to unresolved issues or improper funeral rites. By culture. Across cultures, ghosts represent the unresolved, the tragic, and the unexplained. From the haunted castles of Europe to the spirit-infested jungles of Southeast Asia, every culture has its tales of spirits that linger in the world of the living. These stories, whether rooted in ancient myths or modern urban legends, speak to universal human experiences of loss, fear, and the hope that our essence, in some form, persists beyond death. Here are some of the most famous encounters, excluding the bell-witching haunting. This has been covered in a separate video on the channel, which you may enjoy watching next. The Tower of London Ghosts. Location: London, England. The Tower of London, a historic castle on the north bank of the River Thames, is reputed to be haunted by many spirits, including that of Anne Boleyn, the wife of King Henry VIII, who was beheaded in 1536. Guards and visitors have reported seeing her headless ghost wandering the tower's corridors. Other apparitions include the princes in the tower, Edward V and his brother Richard, who were allegedly murdered there in 1483. The tower's bloody history as a place of execution, imprisonment, and torture contributes to its reputation as one of the most haunted locations in the world. The Stanley Hotel. Location: Estes Park, Colorado, USA. This hotel gained fame as the inspiration for Stephen King's novel The Shining after he stayed there in 1974. Guests and employees have reported numerous ghost sightings and paranormal occurrences, especially in room 217. King himself experienced eerie sensations that fueled the creation of his famous horror novel. The hotel embraces its haunted reputation, offering ghost tours and events. Reports include ghostly piano music, laughter, and the apparition of former employees still tending to their duties. The RMS Queen Mary. Location: Long Beach, California, USA. Now a floating hotel and museum, the RMS Queen Mary was one of the grandest ocean liners of its time, crossing the Atlantic Ocean from 1936 until retiring in 1967. It served as a troop ship in World War II. The ship is said to be haunted by numerous ghosts, including sailors who died aboard, a lady in white, and children near the pool areas. Paranormal investigations have recorded unexplained sounds, sightings, and other phenomena, making it a popular destination for those interested in the paranormal. The Eastern State Penitentiary Ghosts. Location: Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. Eastern State Penitentiary, once the most famous and expensive prison in the world, is now considered one of the most haunted places in the United States. Built in 1829, it implemented a radical philosophy of solitary confinement believed to lead to penitence, but often resulted in mental illness. The prison was operational until 1971 and has since become a museum and historic site. Reports of paranormal activity have been frequent, including sightings of shadowy figures, disembodied laughter, and pacing footsteps. The most famous ghost is that of Al Capone, who was incarcerated there and claimed to be haunted by the spirit of James Clark, one of the victims of the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Paranormal investigations have yielded eerie recordings and experiences, making it a staple location for ghost hunters and a fascinating case for both believers and skeptics of the paranormal. Ghosts are attributed a wide range of powers and abilities that vary across cultures and stories. Here's an extensive list of purported powers and abilities of ghosts. Invisibility. The ability to remain unseen to the human eye, allowing ghosts to move undetected. Intangibility. The capability to pass through solid objects without physical interaction, a common trait in ghost lore. Levitation, flight. Many accounts describe ghosts as being able to float or fly, particularly when manifesting. Telekinesis. The power to move objects with their mind or spirit energy, often linked to poltergeist activity. Apparition materialization. The ability to become visible to the living, either as a transparent entity or as a fully solid-looking figure. Possession. Some ghosts are said to possess the living, taking control of their bodies to communicate or act in the physical world. Voice mimicry and EVP, electronic voice phenomena. Ghosts can allegedly mimic human voices or produce voices that can only be captured on electronic devices. Manipulation of temperature. Many ghost stories involve sudden drops in temperature or cold spots as indicators of a ghost's presence. Manipulation of electrical devices, flickering lights, turning TVs or radios on and off, and affecting other electronic devices are often attributed to ghostly activities. Emitting odors. Some ghosts reportedly manifest through distinctive smells, such as perfume, tobacco, or other personal scents associated with them in life. Creating sounds. Knocking, footsteps, and other unexplained sounds are commonly reported in haunted locations. Physical touch. Despite being intangible, some ghosts are said to be capable of making physical contact, such as a hand on the shoulder or a push. Orb manifestation. Ghosts are sometimes purported to appear as orbs of light, caught in photographs or seen with the naked eye. Psychic communication. Communicating through dreams or telepathically sending messages to the living. Inducing fear or illness, the ability to cause psychological distress, fear, or even physical illness in individuals. Time manipulation. Rare accounts suggest ghosts can alter perceptions of time or cause individuals to experience time lapses. Projection of images. The ability to project images or scenes into the minds of the living or onto physical surfaces. Aura manipulation. Changing the emotional or spiritual atmosphere of a place to reflect their presence or mood. Astral projection / out-of-body experience. Some theories suggest ghosts are the astral projections of deceased individuals, able to visit the living from the astral plane. Creation of physical phenomena, such as unexplained mists, strange lights, or the feeling of being watched. I will be covering more on this subject in the future. If you enjoyed this video, then like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next